Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Darina, a practicing therapist in Australia, and today we'll explore 7 most common and really painful and damaging tactics that you might encounter, and we'll try to understand how to handle them. This video will be particularly useful for those who tend to doubt themselves and mostly seeing good in people, and as a result getting hurt more often. So if you are ready to arm yourself with knowledge and protect your emotional space, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. The first manipulation is flipping the script. How does that look? You confront your partner about something hurtful they did. By confronting, I don't mean screaming or being aggressive. You're just calling them out on their behavior. But by the end of the conversation, you find yourself apologizing to them. Instead of admitting the wrongdoing, they're like, "But you, what about you? Do you remember what you did 2 years ago?" And you, of course, as a person who wants things to be fair, start to explain yourself and apologize. And this is exactly what they want, because their goal with this manipulation is just to shift the focus, make you forget what you were calling them out for and start explaining yourself. So the antidote to this manipulation will be you saying, "Look, I'm absolutely happy to talk about me. Tell me the time and place and we'll do it. But now we are talking about you, and it's really important for me to get answers to my questions." I do not guarantee it's going to work with everyone, because the person is obviously not ready to take any accountability, but acting like this is definitely your best shot. Gaslighting is the second manipulation. It occurs when someone completely denies events you both experienced. They insist it never happened or it wasn't as you remember. This tactic is all about making you doubt your memory and sanity. I've already talked a lot about gaslighting in my videos, and I will leave links to them in the description of this video. But what I want to clarify here is that it badly affects people who naturally doubt themselves. Those who tend to take the blame, have more accountability than average, or believe if they just behave differently, their partner would change. Unfortunately or fortunately, relationships require effort from both sides, and if you are constantly hearing things like "you didn't understand it right," "you're too dramatic," "you're making things up," or "you're too jealous," take a step back. And now I want you to hear me out. If you are capable of maintaining jobs, friendships, and other relationships where these issues never come up, it might be a clear sign your partner gaslighting you. What is the antidote to gaslighting? First, start recording everything. Conversations, incidents, what they said, what they did. Not just to confront them, although sometimes you need to put them in their place, but more so for yourself, so you don't start doubting your own sanity or reality perception. And secondly, definitely work on boosting your self-esteem. Affirm your self-truth and self-worth. "Oh my, you're never happy with anything, you always complain." So what I've done? I tried to clarify by asking, what's the difference between complaining and just addressing the issue then? Of course, I never got a clear response. In fact, the response was like, "I don't know." And you know, guys, no one wants to be seen as someone who is never satisfied, so gradually you start to say less. You end up bottling up your feelings. It's as if they corner you like a rat, and you find yourself walking on eggshells, trying to avoid any situation where you could be accused of never being happy. To be honest, from my experience, I really don't know a clear antidote to this manipulation, because if someone is not open to any dialogue and it is unbearable for them to accept any form of criticism, by the way, which is a very common pattern in people with narcissistic personality traits. So if you know the antidote on how you handle such a situation, write this in the comment section. I will be super happy to read. By the way, if you are getting value from this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me as a new creator to develop this channel. Another manipulation is threats and ultimatum. It's a manipulation tactic that tries to play on your fears, fear of losing them if you don't comply. Here is another personal example from my life. I once mentioned to my partner that I wanted to invest my personal savings into developing my psychology blog. FYI, we have haven't lived together. We were just seeing each other a few times per week over a year. So no common budget here. The reaction I got was far from supportive. They said, oh, maybe this isn't going to work for me. I can't be with someone who doesn't use money wisely. This statement wasn't just a disagreement, it was a threat meant to sway my decision. Important to understand that when someone uses threats and ultimatums, it's not just a tactic to control you, it also makes you doubt yourself. They imply that your decision to spend your money, for example, in a certain way is so foolish that it could end the relationship. This not only questions your intelligence, but also shakes your self-confidence, making you feel like your choices are wrong on a fundamental level. Handling this manipulation involves recognizing the threat for what it is, an attempt to control you. True support in a relationship should empower your aspirations, not just squash them under threats and conditions. Next up, we've got inducing guilt. A classic manipulation move. They're experts at making you feel guilty for things that shouldn't be a problem. Think about this scenario. If you really cared about me, you wouldn't go out with your friends tonight. See, it's all about manipulating your emotions to control what you do. This tactic taps deep into your feelings, twisting them to make you second-guess your choices. What's the goal? To keep you close and under their thumb by playing on your desire to be a good partner. For instance, maybe you've planned a night out after a long week, and just as you're about to leave, they drop the guilt bomb and you end up feeling so bad about this that you cancel your plans. This manipulative technique can be quite dangerous because it subtly shifts your behavior over time. You might find yourself slowly isolating from friends, from family, from activities you once loved, and because of this induced guilt. What's the antidote? Recognizing the pattern and understand that healthy relationships require balance. Your partner should encourage your independence, not hinder it. Communicate openly and about how these guilt trips make you feel and set boundaries. If they truly care, they'll want you to be happy, not just compliant. Next, let's talk about intermittent reinforcement. This manipulation involves a tricky mix of cruelty and kindness that's doled out unpredictably. Imagine this. One day they're cold and distant, ignoring your calls and texts, making you feel unwanted. Just as you start to pull away, they switch gears, show you affection, and make promises about how things will be better. This roller coaster of emotions can leave you confused, hopeful, and consequently in a state of wanting for the good times to come back. This pattern can be incredibly damaging because it builds an unhealthy dependency. You start to believe that rare good moments are worth the frequent bad ones, which can keep you in the relationship much longer than is healthy. The key to breaking this cycle is recognizing the pattern and understand that consistent mutual respect and kindness are the foundations of a healthy relationship, not the exception. Another manipulation technique is devaluation. This one really stings because it happens after a period of idealization where they made you feel like you were on the top of the world. Suddenly they flip the script and you find yourself seen as deeply flawed. This shift is not only disorienting but also intensely painful, and it's all designed to make you work harder to regain their affection. Covert narcissists often use this tactic. Their ego is so fragile that they feel the need to put others down to lift themselves up. It's a twisted kind of logic where they initially pick someone with high achievements or status, someone they see as a trophy, but then begin to devalue those very qualities they admired. This keeps their partner off balance and under their thumb. For example, I've personally experienced this when I was told that the fact that I bought a house at 27 was just due to me being lucky. This was particularly painful because the person knew how hard I had worked to move from Ukraine to Australia, how much I had to work and study at the same time and save for the house I'm living in right now. So friends, Friends, manipulations are damaging. They might not leave visible wounds on your body, but they leave a lot of scars on your soul, making you miserable. So protect yourself. If you've experienced any of these manipulations or have thoughts to share, let's talk about it in the comments below. Your insights could help someone else recognize they are not alone in what they're going through. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in next videos.